Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day today. So for most of the table-based apps, it's very common to have a search bar at the top of the screen. So how can we implement a search bar for data searching? In this video, we will add a search bar to the Cafegram app, and with this search bar, we will enhance the app to let users search through the available cafes. The UI Search Controller API simplifies the way to create a search bar and manage search results. You are no longer limited to embed search in Table View Controller, but can use it in any view controller like Collection View Controller. Even more, it offers developers the flexibility to influence the search bar animation through a custom animator object. Apple introduced a new search controller property on navigation item of the navigation bar. With just a few lines of code, you will be able to add a search bar to the navigation bar. But don't worry, you will understand what I mean in a while. Okay? With UI Search Controller, adding a search bar to your app is quite an easy task. So let's get started to implement a default search bar and see how can we filter the cafe data. Let's try to add a search bar in the Cafegram app. Open Cafe Table View Controller.swift, okay, here, and declare the search controller variable. So just like that, var search controller to be type of UI search controller, like this. Okay, then add the following lines of code in the view.didLoad method. So maybe right here, search bar methods. Okay, so the first line is search controller is equal to UI search controller, and then you're going to select this parameter and write nil, okay, like this, and then self.navigation item dot search controller is equal to search controller. Okay, so the first line creates an instance of UI search controller. If you pass a nil value, that means the search results would be displayed in the same view that you're searching. Okay, optionally you can specify another view controller for displaying the search result. Okay, as you can see, you can add a default search bar with just 2 lines of code. If we compile and run the app now, we should find a search bar below the navigation bar. However, it doesn't work yet because we haven't implemented the search logic. Okay, so here you can see the search bar. Okay, so the search controller doesn't provide any default functions to filter our data. Okay, it's our responsibility to develop our own implementation to filter the content. For the Cafegram app, it will allow users to do a search against the name of a cafe. In order to implement such search feature, first declare a new variable in the Cafe Table View Controller class to store the search results. Okay, so here you are going to write var search results to be type of, it's an array, so like this, cafe mo. Okay, and at the beginning it's empty. Cool. Then add the following code to create a new method for content filtering. So just, okay, search bar, yes, methods again, maybe in a different way. So here we have the title now. Okay, and you can write func filter content, okay, with one parameter, okay, for search text to be type of string, okay, like this. And then you can write search results is equal to cafes, okay, dot filter, okay, I think it's this one, okay, then press enter, and here you can write cafe, okay, and then here if let name is equal to cafe dot name, then let is match equal name dot localized case insensitive contents, okay, this one, okay, and here you write search text, okay, and then return is match, okay, otherwise return false, okay, because it expects a boolean, okay, cool. So in Swift there is a built-in method called filter for filtering an existing array. You use filter, okay, this one, to loop over a collection and return a new array containing those items that match the specified condition, okay. The filter method takes in a block of code in which you provide the filtering rule. For those elements to be included, you indicate with the return value of true, okay, otherwise false is returned and that element will be excluded. In the code above, we use the localized case insensitive contents method to see if the cafe name contains the search text regardless of the case of the string. If the search text is found, the method returns true, indicating the cafe name should be included in the new array. Otherwise, a false is returned to exclude the item, okay? So to update the search result, you first need to adopt the UI search results updating protocol, okay? So here you are going to write UI search results updating protocol like this, okay? The protocol defines a method called update search results. When a user selects the search bar or key in a search keyword, the method will be called. By implementing the method, we can instruct the search controller to display the search results. Okay, now insert the following code snippet in the Cafe Table View controller class. So maybe down here, update search results, okay, and then if let search text is equal to search controller dot search bar dot text, okay, then filter content for search text, and here you can simply write table view dot reload data, okay, like this. So the code is very straightforward. We get the search text as entered by the user and pass it to the filter content method. Finally, reload the table data. As mentioned before, we use the same table view to display the search results. This is why we call tableview.reloadData to load the search results. Okay? Cafe Table View Controller is now responsible for displaying a full list of cafes and the search results. The question is, how can we figure out when it's used to display the search result and when it's used to display all cafe data? Obviously, the app should display the search results only when the search controller is active. So the search controller provides a convenient property to verify its state. When the user taps the search field, the search interface will be brought up. Its isActive property is then set to true. Okay? We can use this property to determine if the table view controller is used to display a full list of cafes or the search results. Now, update the number of rows in section method like this. So here, where is it? Number of rows in section, okay? And you can write here like this: if search controller is active, then return search results dot count, okay? Else return cafes dot count, okay? Like this. And you can delete this line, okay? Like this. When the search controller is active, we return the number of the search results. In case that the search controller is inactive, we return the count of the full cafe list. The code in the cell for row add method should also be updated with an additional condition. So here, where is it? This one, okay. We can write here determine if we get the cafe from search result or the original array. Okay, so we write let cafe is equal to search controller is active, okay, then search results index path dot row, otherwise cafes index path dot row, okay. And then we can use this object here, for instance, then here, and also here, okay, everywhere actually, even here, and finally I think here too. Okay, cool. I think we're good. So again, we check if the search controller is active here at this point, okay. If the user is doing a search, retrieve the cafe from the search result rather than the cafes array. Here is the line of code that does the magic, okay, this one. Similarly, update the following line of code in the prepare method, okay. So where is it? Prepare, this one, okay. We can write destination controller dot cafe is equal to search controller dot isActive. If it's true, then search results index path dot row, okay. Otherwise cafes index path dot row, okay, like this. Cool. When passing the selected cafe to the detail view controller, it's important to check if the search is active and pass the correct cafe. We're almost done. The very last thing is to add the following lines of code in the viewDidLoad method. So here we go. Again, here, search controller dot search results updater, is equal to self, and search controller dot dims background during presentation to false. Okay, so the first line assigns the current class as the search results updater, and the dims background during presentation property controls whether the underlying content is dimmed during a search. Because we are presenting the search results in the same view, the property should be set to false. Cool. We're ready to fire up our app and test out the search function. Okay. What's great is that we can navigate to the cafe details by tapping the search results. Everything in the original table view controller is reused. So we are going to add a cafe to see if it works. And if I write, for instance, Labora, as you can see, we only get one right cafe. Cool. And if I write Starbucks, we get the other one. So we are cool, we are done. Okay. So as you may aware, Labora, the table cell inherits the share and delete buttons. This is something that we probably don't want to show the buttons in the search results. To disable them, we can implement the following method and indicate the cell is non-editable when the search controller is active. Okay, so here we're going to write it here. Maybe yes, here. Okay, can edit. Okay, we have to write override here, and then if search controller is active, okay, then return false, otherwise return true, simply. Okay, so we're going to try again. So if I type Starbucks and I swipe, it doesn't work anymore. Okay, and it's not mandate to place the search bar in the navigation bar. Okay, alternatively, we can place it in the table view header. To do that, we can change the following line of code in the view did load method. So here, this line, where is it? This one. Okay, I'm going to put it in comment, and you can write table view dot table header view is equal to search controller to search bar, like this. Okay, this will place the search bar in the table's header view. Run the app again and you will see the search bar. Okay, yes, so it's here right now. Okay, cool, and it's not anymore in the navigation bar. Okay, and finally, as an example, we can insert the following lines of code at the end of the view did load method here. Okay, to customize our search bar. Okay, so you can write customization of the search bar, and then write search controller dot search bar dot placeholder, and here we're going to put some text. Okay, search cafes, for instance. Okay, then search controller dot search bar dot bar tint color is equal to white. Then search controller dot search bar dot background image is equal to a UI image but empty. Okay, and finally search controller dot search bar dot tint color is equal to UI color, okay, and you can write 231, 76, and finally 60, okay. And now I'm going to run the app for last time, okay. And here, as you can see, it's way much stylish, okay. By now you should know how to implement a search bar in an iOS app. We've made the Cafegram app even better by enhancing it with a search feature. This search feature is particularly important when you have a large amount of information to display. And if you still don't fully understand the search bar feature, go back and work through this lesson a second time. In this video, we only covered the basics of UI Search Controller. However, there are several other ways to use a search bar in your app. For instance, you may want to display the search bar only when the user taps a search button. Okay guys, so if you enjoyed this lesson, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.